right now.
Hey, boys and girls, happy Father's Day to you. Coming to you live, well, it ain't live, but it will be posted, South Carolina, here on a Sunday evening. And I've got a good friend here that I'm going to do a serious video just to prove I can. Now, this is Victor. What's your last name?
Manuel?
Now, you were born here, right?
Correct.
But, now your mom was born in Colombia.
Yeah, South America.
Yeah, not South Carolina.
Right.
And your dad was born where?
Mexico.
All right. And you just turned off that top. There you go. So what do you think about these diesel cigars, man?
I think they're great. Yeah. I mean, I haven't tried enough to know the difference, but I think they're pretty good.
I've not had a good many. These things are expensive. They're about $10 a piece, but if you get them in a box, they're about $7. So I just stick with these. So get yourself fired up, and I'll fire away some questions here.
All right.
And there's some thunder, so if we don't get struck by lightning, it should be a good video.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, it's off in the distance. We checked the radar. Now, I was thinking, well, let me let you get that lit. I'll sip on this beer for a second. A video without Buster Brown balls. Who would have thunk it? If the wind's bothering you, you can step in that garage right there. The dogs are put up, so they can't get to you.
Oh, no worries. I'm fine with
Okay.
right now, yeah.
Now, do you prefer, I mean, you're American first, but is it better to say Latino or Hispanic?
It depends who you're asking.
Well, I'm asking you, because it's our video.
I have no preference if you call me Latino or Hispanic. However, I do believe there is a technical difference between the two.
Okay, what is it? Because I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure, and now someone in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but Latino would be someone who was born in Latin America. So that could be, South America, Mexico, anywhere down there. And Hispanic would pertain to somebody who is of Hispanic descent, whether or not your parents are, Spanish from Spain or they come from Latin America. So that would involve me.
Gotcha.
So yeah, technically I'm Hispanic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, I know we had a chat the other day. I don't tell people what my politics are because I don't want to lose any of my subscribers. Sorry about the wind, but that happens when it thunders in South Carolina. Now, I've met your mom's family. Are they all from the same place?
Yeah, they're all of them are from Colombia.
I noticed they all speak English pretty good, but of course, now from your first memories, did you speak both Spanish and English?
So the way I learned is that my dad only allowed me to speak Spanish in the household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, strictly Spanish, no English was allowed because he wanted me to learn. And I would learn English outside the home, so in school, in public, that's where I would learn. So you could say I learned them both at the same time.
Because you have zero accent.
Yeah.
But I know you can speak fluent Spanish. I may have you rattle something off in case we have any Spanish-speaking listeners, just so they won't think I just made you up.
All right, it's cool with me.
Tell them in Spanish to hit subscribe on this YouTube channel for me.
Suscríbese ahorita mismo, por favor.
Thank you. I got the por favor part.
Y dale like, me gusta.
Thank you. I got the me gusta part. I took 4 years, many years ago.
There you go.
Now, you just turned 21 recently. That's why I've been wanting to give you a cold beer. I gave you cigars, but now you can enjoy the fine cold beer that we're having here.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to ask you about this. I know, because I've been talking to you over the years, because your mom married one of my best friends. I know you voted for Trump. Now, what did your family think about that?
I didn't tell anybody who I voted for.
Okay.
It just I kind of hinted at it because I don't really like telling lies to other people, especially my own family. But,
right.
When they found out, I mean, my mom was a little bit disappointed.
I bet she was.
Yeah.
So was she more upset that you bought a Harley or that you voted for Trump?
Probably that I voted for Trump.
Oh, wow. I love it. You know she's going to watch this. Hey, Claudia, I know she's going to watch this.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all good, man. You're a grown man. You just can't get a cigar going.
Mm-mm.
But
Too windy.
oh, I know. That's why I had my wife light mine in the house, but I didn't think you'd want her lighting yours. So, now we talked about last week, and I actually tapped into a Los Angeles television station
Mm-hmm.
last night and listened to their 11 o'clock news, which was at 2 here. And now you've been to California more than once, right?
Yes.
I've never been.
Yeah, about 3 times, I think.
And I know you go to Mexico to see your dad and stay for like a week or two at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
What do you think about well, I'm not going to worry about the no kings because that is what it is. What do you think about the protest by these people against ICE doing their job? As far as, do you think they know why they're there? Do you think they're paid? And what do you think about what they're doing as far as throwing bottles and rocks and bricks? Because peaceful protest is under our Constitution and it is allowed. And I personally don't protest anything. I'm just not that kind of person. But people are allowed and they should do it if they feel led to.
Right.
But, I mean, what are your thoughts on what's going on mainly in Los Angeles?
For me, I feel like, just like you said, people have the right to express their opinions about the government, and I believe that is something the founding fathers intended when they wrote the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Now, as far as the people that are throwing stuff and getting violent, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like that's a step in the wrong direction. It's not gonna get anything accomplished, as a matter of fact, except cause more trouble than what it's worth. And I do believe that some people are out there purposefully just to do that and make the real protesters who are out there trying to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to give them a bad name, and it makes everyone else look bad.
And the bad always stands out. If you got 1,000 people that don't agree with what ICE is doing, and you got 20 people throwing stuff, well, you know who gets the attention.
Exactly, the bad people, and that's just part of it. The media always really focuses on the bad stuff, and that's how they get attention.
Sure, that's how media works.
That's how media works. Yes.
Unfortunately, and it don't matter which. It can be CNN, MSNBC, Fox, News. It doesn't matter which outlet, which side, so to speak, how they look at it. They show the bad.
It's just like that song, "Dirty Laundry."
Oh yeah, Don Henley.
Don Henley. There you go.
You're right. Now, what do you think about? Do you think the people that are here that have committed crime? And I know the media, especially the right side. I don't mean their right. No, somebody's the right wing side, like Fox News mainly, and there's a new one called Newsmax. What do you think about the fact that they talk about the Hispanic people that have committed rape and murder, and they have done it? Do you think those people should be sent home or tried here, or what do you think the punishment should be?
Oh, the people who have undeniable evidence that have committed crimes like that, the ones you just stated, they can go, as far as I'm concerned. They can go back to their country, wherever they came from. I don't care where you came from. If you came here to the United States and that's what you're doing to our country, then you can go home. I don't care about you.
Now, as far as they don't use an ashtray. I mean, don't lay your cigar in it because there's water. It rained last night. I'm tapping it. I like to hear that. As far as your restaurant workers, your hotel workers, just wherever your job. If you're illegal and you've been here, say for, I'm sorry, you're having that trouble with that lighter.
Yeah, it's too windy.
If you've been here for about, say, 5 or 10 years and you haven't even gotten a parking ticket, do you think, and I'm not going to say what I think, but I think we're going to agree, do you think there should be a path to citizenship that doesn't involve being sent back and then having to come back through? Do you think if they're already here and they're paying taxes and doing a job, you think they should be able to stay if they're good people?
Absolutely. I feel that for those who have a clean record, who haven't committed any kind of crimes, who are paying their taxes, and yes, illegal immigrants do pay taxes.
Oh, I know.
they should have a good chance and be given a priority when it comes to getting their citizenship in order, because that's what we want. You know, we want honest people who are here to make a living.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with that. Now, they really don't discriminate as far as immigration workers go. Everybody kind of, well, I feel like everyone has to go through the same process no matter who you are.
Right.
And if you came here to this country illegally, you do have to be sent out for X amount of time. As a matter of fact, I think it's 10 years.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's 10 years, and then you have to come back to get your citizenship.
Do you think if you've been here 10 years, there should be a way to avoid that if you, say, had kids here and you're married here?
I would say yes, yeah.
That makes good sense.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is one I think is interesting, I don't think this is going to change. It was set up a long time ago for a totally different reason than what's going on, but do you think if a kid's born here to illegals, they should be able to get citizenship and their parents also?
That's a good question.
I think so too. I'm not even sure how I feel about it. And I'm not talking about me, this is about you.
Yeah, I'm in that. That pertains to me specifically because I'm a child of illegal immigrants. Yes, I believe the child should definitely be able to be a natural born citizen. Undeniably, no matter if you're born on U.S. soil. As far as the parents go, I still believe they should go through a process like the one that exists now to obtain their citizenship.
Right.
Because I feel like if that were the case, a lot of people would take advantage of that. All kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds, whether good or bad, would take advantage of that, you know. Come here, have kids, and then instantly be a citizen. I don't like that idea.
Do you think perhaps if they have, say, a 6-year-old boy or girl, there should be a way, if the kid's in public school, speaks English, which that is the language of the country it came from, English, obviously, when they're independent. Do you think there should be a path where they don't have to rip that child out of his home and his school, and the parent can do what needs doing and stay here so the child can grow up here? Do you think that would be a good thing?
You mean like some sort of foster program?
Well, no, I was just thinking if the child's, say, 7 or 8 years old, and the parents are here, the child's legal, he was born, he or she was born here. Do you think there should be a way the parents can become legal without having to go back to a country that may not be a good place to be? I'm not sure. It depends on where they came from. You think there should be a way the parents can become legal and keep their child here and raise the kid here as an American?
Yeah, I believe there should be. Immigration should take into consideration the fact that if you have that situation, if you have a child here, it wouldn't be a good idea to leave them, with strangers if you don't have any family that can take care of them.
I agree.
In the meantime, while you get your papers in order. So yeah, that definitely should be allowable.
Now, I know your mom is legal and married to one of my best buddies.
Right.
I didn't realize that she wasn't before. I hope she doesn't get mad at you for saying it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nobody knows her last name. They don't know who she is, so it should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to step in there and get the cigar going?
I've already got going.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to step and get a beer. You still good on yours? I got a head start on you.
Yeah, I'm good on mine.
Now tell me what, and like I said, I don't want this to be too political. It's very interesting. You're a very well-spoken, thoughtful young feller at 21. I wouldn't have you over here if you were a video gamer that didn't know anything about what's going on.
Uh-huh.
How many of the friends, I'm assuming your friends are mostly people that were born here.
Yeah.
How many of them know what's going on and keep up with current events and politics, and how many don't? I'm curious about that. But
I would say 50-50, but
okay.
you bring up a good question because now it's easy to see what's going on behind the scenes.
Keep talking. I can hear you. The fridge is right.
All right.
Yeah, keep talking.
Um, See, I have friends who are born here and Hispanic, and because of that, they like to keep up with things that are going on.
Right.
But then the other half, were also born here, but they don't really have much of an interest in kind of
Yeah.
live their life, which
Dude,
is cool.
Yeah,
So-
I went to college with people that didn't give a crap. I was a senior in college when '91 Gulf War happened, and a lot of people. I mean, we were really into it. CNN was all we had back then. You didn't have a choice of what you watched, and I had people that were really interested, especially my buddies that were in the ROTC National Guard, because they might have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Think about my buddy Jimmy, who I'm sure will watch this eventually. He lives in South Florida. He's my age.
Mm-hmm.
But are there disadvantages to having your parents be Hispanic and living in this country, or does it all work out like it should for you? Have you ever had any issues like at, I don't know, school meetings or parent-teacher conferences? Has there ever been any issues, or has it went smoothly for you?
I cannot say that I've had any issues.
Good.
I've had just an equal of an opportunity as everyone else as far as all that goes.
Uh-huh.
Now I can say I have a sister, and she was born out of the country, and my parents brought her here.
Okay.
And she recently got her legal status
Good.
up and going, which is
Good.
a blessing for her. She can say the opposite, because she was growing up around here in the early 2000s,
Uh-huh.
and around that time there was a lot of stigma against immigrants, and I mean there is still today, but there wasn't as many protections and
No.
for them. So she did see a lot of racist acts done against her.
That's very unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate, but thankfully I can't say the same.
I'm glad to hear it. I've not met her. I've heard about her, but I've not met her.
Yeah.
You have to tell her about this channel. Maybe she can check this out.
Yeah, probably.
But well, that's good. So you just had a normal all-American life then.
Yeah.
You went to high school. You graduated from Burns over here, didn't you?
Yeah. Up
Okay.
the road. Well, not up the road, but
Oh, I know where it is. Some of these people will know, and some of them's never heard of it. Depends on who's watching.
yeah.
And since this is the longest video I've ever made, I don't know how many we'll get, but I'm hoping to get some. Like you said in Spanish, please subscribe and hit I guess there's a like button. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a like button.
So what are the kids your age into as far as, I mean, you're 21, I'm 56, I'm clueless. I don't have any nieces or nephews your age, and I don't have any kids.
Mm-hmm.
Are, as far as music and as far as popular culture, what do your age kids, what do they like and what do they not like?
I can tell you, based on what I've seen, in my friend group, they all have a very diverse taste, but primarily, they like country music.
Really?
Yeah, modern day country
Yeah.
music mostly. Yeah.
My friend Jeff calls it Nashville pop, and it kind of is, but I kind of like some of it. I mean, who don't crank fancy like with that boom boom going,
Yeah.
Applebee's on a date. I can't sing it. That's breaks YouTube's rules, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
But and you listen to some classic country and classic rock, don't you?
Oh yeah, I like all of that.
I know your mom and dad are into classic rock, and I know you. I've mentioned a couple albums to you, like Merle Haggard's "Back in the Ballrooms" and Waylon and Willie did an album. Well, they did a few albums, and then Merle and Willie did "Poncho and Lefty," another great record. I don't know. You probably haven't had a chance to play them yet, but I think you'll like them. Man.
I'm sure I will.
Ken Burns did a special called "Three Country Music," and he's fantastic. I don't know what his politics are. Don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He's fantastic on the documentaries. His went on country music. You ought to check. I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. It come on PBS. It's, I'm sure, out there on the internet, and it's really, really good, and it's very interesting. It started back in the 20s, with people like Jimmy Rogers, the Carter family, and it just, up through Hank Williams Sr., and it just kept going. So, I guess, and this might be a silly question, say you meet a chick that you might want to ask out or you might not. Do they know you're Hispanic? See, I can't see you.
Yeah.
So I don't, I mean, do you look like you're, and I don't think this is being racist. I know it's not, because I can't look at you.
Right.
Do you look like me? Do you look like you're Hispanic or what? And does anybody ever bring that up?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's a great question. If like you pointed earlier, I've been to Mexico, gone visit some family down there, and I have some friends, and they tell me, hey, you look kind of American.
I didn't know we had a look.
Yeah, but I feel like I look Hispanic.
Uh-huh.
And I've asked other Hispanics up here in the States, and they tell me, no, you look Hispanic. So
Okay.
it's kind of weird, but
Does it matter to you at all if you date a girl that is Hispanic or is white as what's weird? I'll say white as sour cream.
I have no preference at all. Well, actually, let me take that back. I have a preference, but it's based on character.
Well, that's what it should be.
Yeah, I don't care what you look like. If you're black, white, yellow, purple, I don't really care.
Purple would be cool.
But your character, I feel like, is what will transcend looks, because it's very true that with age, looks kind of fade.
Yep. I mean, look at me. I'm prime example.
But character stays there.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
what matters.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're a very articulate young man, and you're soft-spoken, a small guy, kind of shy, all the things I'm not. That's why I wanted to do this interview.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just curious about this with all the talk of the wall and the rhetoric. Do the people that you talk to them at school, do they have a generally bad opinion of our current president, or indifferent, or, I mean, what do they think as far as people you've talked with? I'm just curious about it. I can see it going either way.
Yeah, it does go. It goes both ways, and like I said again, it depends on who you're asking. I know people like some of my friends who are 100% pro-Trump, and they're for everything that he does, no matter what. Now,
you have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
With any president, any politician, period.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like, I don't like to get political, but
it's okay.
I'm not the type of person who will agree with everything. Someone does just because they're who they are, or they represent a certain party. And that proves
that you know how to critically think.
Right.
Which I think is lacking in young people. But I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah. Some kids my age just don't care. They really don't care what happens. They just go about life. And then you have some kids also my age who do.
Right.
Who have an opinion.
Uh-huh.
Now, someone my age might lack a little bit of maturity and might not really know what they truly believe in, but they get somewhere compared to the ones that don't care. So.
Well, I know that you're doing well for yourself. Your HVAC. Tell our audience what you do and what because you keep my air conditioner running, and I'm very thankful. We've got it cut off now, but as soon as we finish the interview, I'm sure my wife wants it back on.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I do refrigeration, HVAC, so anything residential or commercial related. I've got it all covered.
Uh-huh.
And I've been in the field for just over 3 years.
Since you're 18?
Since I was 17.
Okay, so now, I know some of the high schools, and they even had this when me and Robbie were in high school 40 years ago. Did you go through a program where they sent you out to a different location as part of your high school to learn this, or did you do it after high school?
Both. I did some training during high school, so after lunchtime I'd get on a bus and ride over to the tech school.
Right.
as they would call it.
Yeah.
And then after I graduated high school, I went to college to kind of do the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't think it was a complete waste of time, but it was. I wish I had known that it would be the exact same thing that I already learned before.
Was it really in college the
Yeah.
same darn thing you done learned?
Yeah, it was the same thing, but
Wow.
I don't regret it at all. I mean, I met some great people there, and I'm thankful that I had that opportunity. What's best is that I didn't have to spend any money.
Great.
Yeah, so it was free college tuition for me.
Do you think? Here's one that has nothing to do with your you personally and your background's the word I'm looking for. I'm on my fourth beer. It's not hitting me too much yet. Actually, it might be my third. I can't remember. But do you think kids should have to pay back college loans, or do you think everybody should get free college and somehow people like me who have no kids should have to pay for it?
I don't believe you should have to. Hang on. I'm trying to articulate what I'm trying to say, but
Oh, you're fine, man. Your phone's going off. Do you need to take the call?
let me mute it real quick. Let me check first and see who it is.
Yeah. That's okay. We're just recording it. No big deal.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, please hit subscribe. I hope you like this. I wanted to show y'all that it's not all about Buster Brown Balls gets a bath, that I can do serious stuff. Hell, if 10 people watch this, I'll be happy, and I think more than 10 will watch it.
I'm back.
Well, good. I didn't think I lost you. So finish your thought. We're about to close this out because I got to go out here in the yard and pee, and we're not recording that.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that most colleges out there are for profit. Colleges are really a business, and they're out there to make money.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like that comes at a disadvantage for a lot of people who honestly want to, go out and make something out of themselves, a better life for themselves, learn something new, but don't have the funds or the scholarships.
Right.
And they've got to sacrifice themselves a lot.
Do you think there should be a way where the teachers, the faculty, the staff, even down, I'm not saying down, the janitor, everybody that works on the campus has to be paid?
Oh, of course.
Do you think there should be a way where they get paid, a kid can get scholarships and student loans and have, say, 10 years in their career to pay them back with, say, very little, if any, interest? Do you think that would be a way to solve the issue?
I feel like with the amount, now I'm not a economist by any means.
Me either.
I feel like that with the amount of taxes the average citizen pays every year, and the government collects, that the government is more than capable of paying for these colleges, kind of like what they're doing already with some colleges.
Right.
Of providing all the wages for teachers, paying for students' tuition, all those kinds of things, and I don't really think it's feasible for kids to be well into their 40s and still paying college debt.
I agree with you.
It's absurd. I think it's absurd.
Do you think parents with six-figure plus incomes should have to pay the tuition for their children? Excuse me. I mean, if they're making a couple $100,000 a year, you think they should pay the tuition so the kids whose parents are making $40,000 a year can go to school? It's just a thought. I'm just made it up as I'm going along.
No, I don't think that should be the responsibility of the parents.
I like that.
To pay for their children's tuition, because the average college student is well above 21.
Really?
Yeah. Well, hang on.
Because I started at 18. As soon as I got out of high school, I went straight. Boom.
Yeah, the majority comes straight out of high school and then goes into college, but you've also got the people that are coming back after after being in the workforce for a while and decide they want to do something else.
And those are the best students I've noticed when I was in school. I tell you, Victor, I graduated college in 91. When I was up here at North Greenville, it was a 2-year school. My tuition, and I had to get Pell Grants. My parents didn't have any money. My mom was a single mom. The college, I think it was $8,000 for a year.
Wow.
And now it's way above that.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, sir, this is been a fantastic interview. I want to thank you for this. I hope I've paid you with cigars, cigar and beer. Is there anything else you want to tell whoever might be out there listening or watching this video before we shut it down? Any thoughts?
Any thoughts? I would say just be the best version of yourself that you can be. Try to drown out all the noise around you and really create a positive impact on yourself and the people around you, because that's all you can do.
That is fantastic. Are you sure we're recording? Because this is great.
Let me check.
If it didn't record, we're screwed because I don't think we can reproduce it.
Yeah, it's still recording. We're about 30 minutes in.
Wow. Do you think anybody's gonna watch this?
We'll see.
Well, tell them, and please subscribe to this channel if you like what I'm doing. Tell them in Spanish one more time, because I like hearing you do it.
Si te gusta este contenido, por favor, suscríbete y prende las notificaciones para que puedas mirar más de nuestros videos.
And you could have said you're a fat, blind dumbass, and I wouldn't know it. All right, boys and girls. See you next time. You shut it down so I can pee. Say when we're clear.